Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about free plants and exponential growth, multiplication through propagation, essentially. Almost all of these plants I got as a gift or as an inheritance from a loved one who's passed. So that's our mother plant for today. We're going to talk about holiday cactus. I had tried to divide this plant and propagate her for like years and have had no success. So I'm going to share with you guys what I figured out in that process and how I am able to propagate that mother plant pretty successfully now. So there are some pothos vines. That's my riri plant for my great grandmother. There's a ZZ plant cutting. That's a Home Depot plant, not as sacred as the other ones, but still I am getting my money's worth, and it is cleaning the air, and it's awesome. That bamboo right there was a gift I got when I started at Camp Mabry in 2011. And it's still in its same pot and just doing what it does. I basically do nothing to it. So I wanted to share with you guys how to propagate your holiday cactus so that you can have some free gifts for the holidays. And we'll do some follow-up videos on all these different other plants that we're propagating. And I do intend on selling them on Craigslist or giving them to friends and family or trading up for other plants. So anyway, today we're going to talk about the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter cactus. Just by chance, these three types of tropical cactus bloom at the American and Christian holiday seasons. So they're called holiday cactus to us most of the time. So to start with, first thing is research your plant. I had been just kind of picking off cuttings and sticking them in the dirt. That does not work. They need to callus over so that they're not exposed to any bacteria or fungus. So twist them off like that carefully. I've seen videos. I haven't done this technique yet, but I will try it and let you guys know how it goes. Where you just cut off the middle of a leaf and you kind of plant it below to where the node above my thumb there is below the ground. But I have a really cool pot that I got at a garage sale, so that cutting is going to go in the pot that you saw at the beginning. So there it is. How cool is that? And that is something that I could sell on Craigslist or give to somebody for a birthday or holiday present. So that's what I want to talk about, is using the most out of your resources, propagating the plants that you have, so that you can make more plants without any added carbon load from shipping them from nurseries to big box stores and just buying them over and over again. We can, regenerate our own plants, recycle containers. I do look at Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and Let Go and places like that, and yard sales to get people's old planting containers, so it's super sustainable and creative and makes awesome and very inexpensive gifts to give people. Good morning, everybody. Well, I guess it's actually afternoon now, but it feels like morning. I wanted to do a follow-up video on the Thanksgiving cactus that I thinned out a little bit. I'm going to make a new plant here, and I haven't decided if we're going to do 2 plants out of these cuttings or 1. But 5 leaves is going to make a lot of Thanksgiving cactus once they start branching out like those are doing right there. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'm going to show you guys how we mix our succulent mix. And this is a cup of Kellogg raised bed mix right there. Put that in. And this is PERLITE. We also have some hydrated cocoa coir with rainwater. That's why my hands are so dirty. And that'll add a lot of moisture to this mix when we mix it up. And last but not least, some coarse construction sand that we've rinsed. And that'll add a little more moisture to everything here. Okay. So let's get you out of the way. And you guys can see what you're doing. And just so you know, I sanitized this working surface. I washed both of these containers with soap and water, really hot water, just to kill any microorganisms or hangers-on. So we're just gonna mix this up, and it's gonna make a really great cactus mix, succulent mix. It'll drain really well. Coconut will actually hold some water. Perlite will keep the air in there. And this is maybe a little moist here, but they've been drying out for quite a while. You saw the date on that paper towel, 6/28. Today is 7/11. Very convenient. So I am going to go ahead and go get some pieces of terracotta to put in the bottom for drainage. I was debating if I wanted to do that in this pot, but since it is these Christmas cactus, I'll go ahead, and we have some pots that broke. I'll try and build this up to prevent any clogs, keep some air down at the bottom. And those terracotta were sitting in the sun. Those are super hot, so they'll cool off really quick once we get some of the soil on there. And I think I have enough soil to make it 2 plants, or yeah, 2 plantings. And I like that amount right there because we're going to put some rocks on top. Okay. So now, we have our toothpicks. So let's figure out. This is my nicer pot, so I'm going to make it the more mature one. And I think I'm going to put, let's see if there's any nicks on this, if I want a front or a back on this pot. Okay. I think I'm going to plan on a front being in this direction. And as you can see, these guys have been drying out for a while. There's some roots here. If it'll focus. It's having a hard time focusing. But this is completely calloused over, and it's starting to develop the tissue that will form roots. Sorry, I was looking at it. So he's ready to go in. And you only want to go about halfway up of that bottom leaf, which is why I have these toothpicks here. Because these guys are pretty tall already. Until they put on roots, it's going to be hard for them to stay up. So. But it will look like a very mature plant right from the get-go. Let's give him some support. And it's starting to compact down a little more than I would like as I embed him in here, so I'm thinking about adding some more soil so it doesn't get too deep in the pot. And I'll raise him up a little bit. Right there. Okay. Oh, if my hair's getting in the way. I think we'll leave him like that. Look at him go. And there we go. Very nice. I'm going to save one of these nice branched ones for the other arrangement. So I think we'll go... Okay, so here is our other smaller pot. I'm not going to put any terracotta at the bottom of this one. It's a terracotta pot, the other one was glazed, so I wanted to give it some extra drainage, but this guy's going to dry out from all sides. So he should be fine, and I'd like a little more material in here since it's such a small pot. It saves me some watering and worrying. There's a little more volume. This is a very small pot, so I'm going to fill it a little higher. And they like crowded feet, so it is a-okay. I might need to fill this other one with a few more cuttings, just because that might be a little sparse. So, in the future, I can tuck in a couple more cuttings to fill it out if I feel like it. And this guy is nice and calloused over. And he's going to be the biggest statement piece in here. And there he goes. They like to lay over the edge, and I might turn him around so it already starts to look like he's laying over, because he was. So it'll make this look a little more mature from the get-go. And these guys. So these smaller cuttings, it's been a while since I took them. I've been procrastinating. But I would probably plant smaller cuttings sooner. These ones had enough water to hold them on. These are a little floppy. But now I know. And knowledge is power. The other thing I can do with that guy is I can take his own cuttings and tuck them down, and that'll encourage some more branching. And then we can fill that pot out with his own brothers and sisters. Okay. I think I like that right there. They're nice and close to the middle. They're going to start laying down nicely. And there you have it. Christmas cactus. The lighting's not the greatest because it's super bright out here. But I'll take a picture inside. And we will top dress these with some rocks and just let them get happy and start growing roots, and then decide where they go from there.